Welcome to the Xseed Step Up to Success call. I'm Susan Nicholas, Director of Marketing and Promotions for Xseed. I'm so glad you could join us tonight. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to check us out. Joshua Fair, Xseed's Director of Compensation, is here as always, and he's incredibly excited to share with you why now is the right time to be a part of our growing company. He's also going to let you in on the first few steps on your new journey to success. So thank you, Josh, and take it away.
Thank you, Susan, for that wonderful introduction. Folks, again, as always, very, very pleased and excited to be on the call tonight, coming at you live from our worldwide headquarters in Las Vegas, Nevada. A beautiful, beautiful day outside, having a lot of different things happening with the company that are absolutely phenomenal. We've got some leaders that we're calling in today looking for different events and different things that they're going to be doing here locally and nationally. Have people flying into the office next week as well. Things are just looking absolutely fantastic for the company. Now, as far as people that are on the phone tonight, there's typically two different types of people that are on these calls. I want to talk to both groups individually throughout the call, and then both together as well. The first type of person is the type of person who is a member or an executive with Xseed, and they are looking to build their business. They're looking to create a better lifestyle. They're looking to have more, be more, do more, be able to live a fuller measure of their purpose in life, and that's something that's very, very important. And then there is another type of person that is on this call tonight who is invited by one of those. And you were invited to this call because of a couple of reasons. Number one, the person who invited you loves you very much. They think about you. They think that you are somebody that has the talent and skill sets required to be successful in what it is that we do. They also may know a little bit about your situation and know where you're at and know where you want to go and know that you're looking for something. Reality is you're on this call for a reason. And, I don't profess to know what that reason is. You may be looking for more time in your life. You may be looking for a solution to certain health problems that you've been looking at. You may be looking for more money. You may be looking to be able to pay off your debt, buy a new house, put up money for retirement, money for kids' education, vacation. I don't know what it is that you're looking for tonight, folks, but the fact that you're on this call and listening to my voice right now says that you're ready for a change. You're at a point in your life where you've been looking at the different avenues, the different, things that are available to you, and it quite maybe might be possible that you're just not satisfied with the options that have been presented to you at this point. And so you've got an open mind, and you're looking for something that will take you to the next level. And that's perfectly okay. It's an internal mechanism that we're all born with that helps us find the right path and find the right program that we've been looking for that will help us move forward and go on and fulfill a measure of our greatness. Now, that being said, folks, when I take a look at my long trajectory through the industry, and obviously, it's not as long as some, but I've been in this industry now for, let's see, I'm about to turn 37 this year, and I first had my first contact with the industry when I was 19. So I'm going on 18 years now in the industry. I've spent the last 7 or 8 years of my time in the industry consulting for network marketing companies. I've written seven compensation plans for companies. I've helped 4 companies launch from scratch and done consulting for many others. And I look at, when I look at the things that I was going through when I first started, and I want to tell you a couple stories tonight, and that'll show you what we're talking about. When I first started in this industry, there were things that I didn't know that I was supposed to look for. And, I made some bad choices. I aligned myself with some companies that I probably shouldn't have aligned myself with because I didn't know. I didn't know what I was supposed to be looking for. I didn't know what I didn't know. I didn't know what were the signs of a successful company. I didn't know what was the signs of a successful group or team leader, a coach or mentor. And so I just was kind of hopping around at random, hoping that something, throwing spaghetti at a wall and hoping that something would stick. And, I remember my first experience in the network marketing industry. I had, a beautiful chance to work under a very, very successful gentleman. And I had been successful most of my life. My career as a salesperson started when I was a young kid. I did one of those, I don't know if any of you have seen that episode of The Office where Steve Carell makes a donation to Oscar's nephew who's running a marathon or doing some type of, run for the Heart Association or something. And he puts down like a $25 donation or something and then finds out that the donation is actually per mile. It's not like a one-time donation. It's per mile. Well, I was one of those kids. We had a jog-a-thon in 5th grade, and I ran through the neighborhood to every single house that I could possibly find. And, I did pretty well. I had a lot of people sign up for donations. And sure, back then it was, 5 cents a mile, it's, 10 cents a mile, those type of things. But over the course of a school year, my 5th grade year, I ran 296 miles. And, I learned my sales skills. I learned my business skills. And, it translated through junior high school when I ran the student store, and then in high school when I coordinated and ran all of the dances, and then when I started moving up into my business profession and my life. Now, when I was first introduced into the network marketing industry, I thought, erroneously, but I thought that every single one of my skills that I was using in all of those previous ventures were going to immediately translate over. And so when I got a hold of my first leader and I saw what he was doing, and I saw that he'd never had a job, the only thing he'd ever done was network marketing, and he started in college, I said, man, this is just unbelievable, and I'm already a rock star at sales. I've had a pretty successful career. Now, that's funny, a 19-year-old is thinking about having a successful career, but I thought that I'd be excellent at it, and so I told the millionaire, I said, tell you what, be at my house Tuesday night, 7 o'clock. Here's my address. I'm going to have 60 people at my house because I can do this, because I'm a rock star. And, the funny thing is I went out and I talked to, I know the numbers exactly, I talked to 123 people in the course of about 3 days. 123 people. There were like 75 or 74 people that said they were going to come to my house. And I was excited because I was going to have 60 people at least in my living room, which is going to be standing room only. The millionaire was going to come in and impress everybody, and then I was going to get rich overnight, like literally. It was just going to happen. I'd have 60 people one next and then 6,000 the week after. And it was very naive. It was very innocent, but it was very naive at the same time. And, the millionaire, I'll never forget it, that night he showed up, and he showed up a little bit early. He showed up at about 6:30, and he wanted to do some coaching with me, what we should do for the meeting, how I should introduce him, what we should do after the meeting, and different things like that. And, 6:45 rolled around. I'm starting to get a little bit nervous because surely, 20 to 25 of those people should at least be as excited as I am. And they should be here 15, 20 minutes early and, respect this millionaire's time and, be excited, and I was very upset. I was very kind of frantic, and I started doing what we call the MLM shuffle. I'd look at my watch real quick, and then I'd shuffle on over to the window, move the blinds over, see if anybody's coming in the parking lot, and and then I'd go back and pace back and forth, and then I'd look at my watch again, and I'd go, and 7 o'clock rolls around, nobody's there. 7 to 5 rolls around, nobody's there. 7:15 rolls around, nobody's there. And folks, my failure was so great that day that my wife hid in the bedroom. She wouldn't come out. My own wife would not come out of the bedroom because she was so embarrassed because I had failed so bad. Then I look at the other times in my life where I joined companies and the companies went belly up. Or I joined a downline and the downline joined the company, and right when we started to have some momentum, the upline leader left and went to a different company. So I started piecing things together over the long course of the beginning of my career. And I started noticing patterns. I started noticing patterns that led to failure and patterns that led to success. I noticed that when companies did certain things certain ways, they succeeded and they went on to greatness. And when companies failed to do those certain things, they failed miserably. And that's where my consulting career started, because I started being able to predict whether a company was going to succeed or fail just by looking at a couple key factors. See, over the last couple of years, I've designed compensation plans for 7 companies. I've helped 4 companies launch. Every single one of the companies that I've touched is still in business. And the reason why is because I'm very picky. I'm picky on who I choose to do business with, because I know what it takes to succeed in business. And so some of the things I was looking at when I was introduced to Xseed last year, I was looking for a couple of things. Number one, were they well funded? Well, I consider the fact that we came in and have a beautiful, beautiful 30,000 square foot office in Las Vegas, Nevada, literally right across the street from the airport, beautifully designed, multiple conference rooms throughout, training room, very high-tech training room, room for expansion up to probably upwards of 80 to 100 customer service agents right here in the building. In-house warehouse capabilities over here, beautifully done, exceptionally done. On top of that, product design, everything that's gone into the company so far, I looked at, okay, they're well funded. They've invested quite a good amount of money into the company. Everything looks professional. The building has an actual logo, like huge, nice, professionally done logo on it. And then I take a look at different things like their executive team. And I look at the experience of each of the people in the executive team. We have a branding and marketing team that is absolutely phenomenal. Some of the things that they're coming up with here in the next little bit. The events page that Alicia just launched, followed up by the training programs that we're going to be launching with the branding and marketing team. It's just unbelievable. And we're talking about first tier, first-rate, first-class items. Then you look at our finance department with Brian Cantor. The man is an absolute marvelous wonder with what he does and the things that he does for the company. A lot of experience in retail, a lot of experience in finance. We've got Cody and John, which are heading up the executive team. That have an enormous amount of success and experience in business as well, launching entire franchises and chains and managing investments. We've got a customer relations department that, in my mind, just absolutely blows me away every single day. And so, yet again, excellence in the executive team. Then you look at the products, and the products were formulated. This is one of the things that, it was a question in my mind. This is one of those things, where you've got to make sure that they have exceptional products with high quality ingredients. But then as being a part of the consulting team and doing the numbers, I'm a very big numbers guy, and if I'm going to design a compensation plan for a company, I want to make sure that they can do it and survive. And so I take a look at the numbers and I see the ingredients we're using, and I look at the cost of the goods, the cost that it takes to actually produce the products. And I asked John, I said, John, are you sure you want to use these ingredients? Because your cost of goods is a little bit higher than most companies out there. Because I know these things, I know these numbers. And he said, absolutely not. We're staying with these same ingredients. These are the ones that our doctor recommended. These are the ones that make our product the best. So we're going to stay with those. So I loved the commitment to the high quality, high caliber products. Then comes the compensation. And he wanted the most aggressive compensation model that we could find out there. And so we took a look at the different things. When I look at an analysis for compensation, I look at three main things. Number one, we want good upfront money. Can somebody come in off the street and start making enough money to start paying some bills right now, immediately? Next, do we have walkaway money or residual money? In other words, over time, as somebody's doing the building now, can they build up a residual income to the point where they could walk away from whatever it is that they're doing so that they could step into their greater purpose? So that's the residual side of the money. And then the last side of the money, we want to make sure that people have bonuses to emphasize certain behaviors, because over years of studying the industry, there are certain behaviors that create duplication. So you want to emphasize those behaviors. You want to make sure that those are the behaviors that you're promoting within the business. And so we made sure that we were covering all of those bases. And yet again, another excellent commitment to excellence by John and his team. And so I decided I wanted to partner with this company, because that's how it's done. You find the people that have exactly what it takes to succeed, and you partner up with them. If you're in a place where you're looking for a chance to move forward. And folks, that's what it really all matters. All that matters tonight is that. I could tell you that our products are the best in the world. I could tell you that our greens are phenomenal, by the way. The fresh product that Dr. Leslie put together, I've had a lot of different greens products because my wife is always telling me that I don't eat enough veggies, which is the truth. And I have not been able to stomach very many of the greens products that are out in the market today. I love our fresh, our greens product, our super greens. It's an unbelievable tasting product. I've sent it out to personal friends and people out in Florida and out in Utah. My family out in Oregon, they absolutely love it. So it's an excellent product. So we look at that. I can tell you that the products are the best. I can tell you that the compensation plan is the most aggressive in the industry. We just had a leader of another company come into our company not too long ago, and we just flat out showed him that if he were to transplant his current organization into ours, he'd be making a significant amount more money. because of how aggressive our compensation model is. And that's great, and I could tell you that, and that's good, and I could tell you a whole bunch of smoke and mirrors and dog and pony show about how great our corporate office is, and I could go on and on and on and on and on and on. But in reality, what really matters is you. Because just like me, when I was looking for my opportunity, and maybe I joined the wrong team in a company, or maybe I found a company that was about to go belly up, and I didn't know about it, because I didn't know what I was looking for, and I really didn't know what I didn't know. Maybe you're at that point in your life, and I'm glad to say that day that I failed, that day that I had that major failure, the millionaire that was in my house, he shook it off, and with some great poise, he turned around and he says, "You're not going to give up, right?" I said, "What do you mean I'm not going to give up? I failed." I talked to 123 people. Out of those, over 70 said that they were going to be here tonight, and not one showed up. I was bitter. I was a little ticked off at this point. They said, "That's the way it happens sometimes. You're not going to give up, though, right? Your dream is more important than one-night failure, right?" And I'll never forget that. He took me by the hand and sat down with me that night, spent about 2 hours, and taught me how to contact people, taught me how to talk to people, because I was doing it wrong. I was doing it as a salesperson. And he taught me how to translate my current skill sets into an opportunity. Now, I learned great lessons that day, because I learned what to look for in a leader and a mentor. As I was going through the industry years later, and I looked at companies that were failing and companies that were succeeding, I learned what to look for in a company that would succeed. The fact that you're on this call tonight, you're in that mode. You're looking for the vehicle that will help you get to where you're wanting to go, whether that's the ability to go on a honeymoon for the first time in your marriage, or the ability to go on a vacation more than once a year, or the ability to take some sick days off from work so that you can be at a kid's ball game or concert, or the ability to just spend more time with your family. The ability to lose a little bit of weight, increase your energy, and enjoy a better quality of life. Or maybe it's putting money away for retirement, or maybe it's buying a house, or paying off your current house, or upgrading your current house, or doing an add-on or remodel, or maybe it's planting a garden this year and having the time to enjoy that. I don't know what it is that you're looking for. What I do know is that I know what it takes as far as looking for the right company, right opportunity, and right leadership. And I've aligned myself with this company because I believe 100% that this is the vehicle that's going to take me where I want to go. But really what matters is you. Because you're on the call tonight, I know that you're looking. And sometimes it's really easy to look at an opportunity and say, well, I've seen that before, or I've heard about things like this, or I've always felt that maybe I couldn't do this or whatnot. And whichever way you've experienced in the past, that's fine. That has no reflection upon where you're at today, though. Today you're in a unique position. You're in front of an opportunity that has all of the aspects necessary to be a monster company within the industry. We're going to be entering in momentum here very, very, very soon, which will create a tidal wave surge. And those that get on board before that surge have a very, very, very large chance of helping, ride that wave and create that wave and be a part of something great. And if you feel that that will help you get to where you want to go and step into a greater measure of your purpose and be out and touch the world in the way that you were meant to touch the world and be able to experience more, then join us. Now let me tell you how to join, because that's something that a lot of people get hung up on. It's very, very simple. There's only 4 steps to joining. Okay, once you've made this decision and made the decision to move forward and take action now, you can take action now and join our team by doing 4 things. Number 1, immediately call the person who invited you and get their website that you can click enroll and start the enrollment process. Okay, that's step 1. Step number 2, it's going to ask you to choose a Jumpstart package. Now, these Jumpstart packages have been specifically created to give you a different level of experience with our products. Me personally, I never, ever, ever recommend that anybody do anything less than the Big League Pack. And the reason why is the Big League Pack gives you one of every single one of our products. That way you can experience every single one of the products. You can taste them. You can see how they work with your body. You can have an experience with them. That way, anybody ever asks you, well, what about the fresh? Does it taste good? You can say wholeheartedly, you know what? I really like the fresh. Or you know what? If they say, is the chocolate roca meal replacement shake any good? You know what? It is good. I personally like the vanilla caramel swirl even better. You have a personal opinion. Why? Because you've actually experienced the products. Number two, it also gives you the ability to share products. You can go out and put a scoop of fresh in the shaker and give it to a friend. Say, hey, taste this real quick. Best tasting greens you'll ever have. And now you have product that you can actually give other people a tangible experience. So that's the reason we do a Jumpstart Pack. It's to get you jump-started into the business with a tangible experience and with some products to go out and share with your friends. Step number three, choose an auto ship. Now, as with any network marketing organization, there are PV requirements that need to be made, which are points volume. Now, you can achieve points by either purchasing products on a monthly basis or by selling products retail. Now, by doing so, you qualify for certain commissions that you wouldn't qualify without it. So it's very, very important. For me, it's just easier. That way I don't have to forget about it or worry about it. I just set my auto ship for the products that I'm personally going to consume on a monthly basis, and that way I know that my 75 PV or my 115 for the higher levels of the commission plan are automatically secured, and I don't have to ever worry about it. So choose your auto order. That's one of the important things. That's number three. And then number four. Number four is getting started, because we want to help you get a check as quickly as possible. Now, the number one way and the quickest way to get a check with our company currently is doing something that we call a tasting experience. This is where we host a party and we tell people about the products and tell people about our personal story with what's going on with the products and how they've been beneficial to us. And then we sample out the products and give people a taste and then pass out order forms. And those people who want to order the product order, and those who don't. And I can tell you right now that the people who are doing tasting experiences are the ones that are making checks in the company. And their checks are growing a lot faster than the people who aren't. So those are the four steps. Take a step forward today. Take a step forward and move towards your goal. Step into your greatness and become a master of your purpose. You know, step into that and be able to live that purpose and live with a better quality of life, knowing that you're moving forward now into your future, so that you can be satisfied knowing that years from now you're going to look back on today and you'll have no regrets. Do those four steps immediately. Call the person who invited you on this call. Get their website so that you can enroll. Number two, choose your Jumpstart Pack. Again, I would personally recommend nothing less than the Big League Pack because that gives you all of the products. Number three, choose your auto ship. It comes every 28 days because our products are in 28-day supplies. And then number four, get our PDF, read it real quickly, and then contact your upline and find out what's the quickest that you can have your very first tasting party, so that you can experience, what we're experiencing with our tasting parties and have some success and receive a check. That way you can get excited and know that it's working for you, which is the only thing that really matters on this call. And you can move forward with better confidence, and your business will just start to multiply. So, folks, those are the four steps of getting started with us. We'd like to invite you to come along with us on this journey. We're about to just absolutely shred this and break a lot of records in the network marketing industry. I know that this company is going to be a massive, massive giant because I've been able to be in the industry long enough to see what it takes to succeed as a company and what it takes to fail. And Xseed absolutely has every single one of the key components that lead to an absolute out-of-the-ballpark home run hit for success. So with that, folks, have a beautiful evening. Go have a good weekend. Give someone an awesome day tomorrow. Get started with us, and let's start your way on your way to your journey. And we'll see you again next week. We have a call on Monday, and then we have our opportunity calls every Tuesday and Thursday, as well as a product call starting next Wednesday with Dr. Leslie Jacobs. So with that, folks, have a beautiful evening. Go have a good weekend, and we will see you soon. Talk to you now.